In the first video on simultaneous equations, everything matched nicely and had pluses in it. But of course, you don't always only have terms that are added. Sometimes you get them subtracted. So here's an example. X plus y equals 10 and 3x minus y equals 22. So how you deal with these ones is first you write them in columns as before. So you've got your x's lining up and your y's lining up and your constants lining up. Now what would happen if you subtracted this time? We do x minus 3x is negative 2x. Y minus negative y is the same as y plus y, isn't it? So that's going to give you plus 2y. And 10 minus 22 is negative 12. Or if you did the bottom take away the top, you get 3x minus x is 2x. Negative y minus positive y is negative 2y. And 22 minus 10 is 12. So that's the two possibilities. And neither of those is very helpful because you've still got x's and y's in them both. We need to get rid of either the x or the y. Now it's the y terms that match, apart from one being positive and one being negative. So we need to eliminate the y. So what do you need to do to get them to cancel out? Subtracting doesn't work, but adding does. If you've got positive y and you add negative y, you get 0, don't you? So let's add the two equations, and that means we need to add everything else as well as the y's. So we get x plus 3x is 4x, and y plus negative y is 0, and 10 plus 22 is 32. So 4x is 32, divide both sides by 4, and you get x equals 8. If you remember the rule, opposite signs add, same signs subtract. So if one of the matching terms is positive and the other is negative, you need to add them together to get them to cancel out. If they're both positive or if they're both negative, then you need to subtract them to get them to cancel out. Now don't forget we've only found x so far, so we need to sub back into one of the equations to get the y value. So let's use the first one again. X plus y equals 10, so y equals 10 minus x, which is 10 minus 8, because we know now that x is 8. So y must be 2. And then your final check, sub into the other equation, 3x minus y is 3 times 8 minus 2, which is 24 minus 2, which is 22, and that matches the equation, so we're done. Now some for you to have a go at. Sometimes you might need to rearrange them. They might not already look like something x plus something y equals a constant. You might need to move them around a bit to get them looking the same so that you can line the columns up like this. And also your answers might not always be integers. You might have fractions or decimals in there. Don't worry if you find that. As long as your checks show you that you've got the right answer, you're probably right. Right, pause the video, work out your answers and press play when you're ready to go through them. Answers then. Number 1, P is 3 and Q is 5. 2, X is 2 and Y is 4. 3, X is negative 5 and Y is 3. And for number 4, X is 1.5 and Y is negative 2. If you're happy with those, you can end this video here. If you'd like to see how those answers were worked out, keep watching and I'll do them on the whiteboard. Number 1, we've got 5p plus q equals 20 and 2p minus q equals 1. It's the q's that match and it's opposite signs, so we need to add. So 5p plus 2p gives us 7p. q plus negative q gives us 0, and 20 plus 1 gives us 21. If 7 p's are 21, then p must be 21 divided by 7, which is 3. Sub back in to find q. Let's go with the 5p plus q. So 5 times 3 plus q gives us 20. So that's 15 plus q. So if we take away 15 both sides, we get q is 20 minus 15, which is 5. And sub back into the other equation to check. 2p is 2 times 3. And we're taking away 5. So that is 6 minus 5, which is 1. And that matches the equation, so we're there. For number 2, these don't look the same, do they? We'll put the 4x plus 3y equals 20 in. And this one, I'm going to rearrange this one to get rid of the 3y from that side. So we get 2x minus 3y plus 8 equals 0. So 2x minus 3y equals negative 8. Swap them either side of the equals, and we've got 2x minus 3y equals negative 8. Now we've got two lots of 3y, one positive, one negative, opposite signs, so we add. So we've got 4x plus 2x gives us 6x. 3y plus negative 3y gives us 0, and 20 plus negative 8 gives us 12. So divide both sides by 6 and we get x equals 2. Sub that back into either equation. I'm going to use the 3y equals 2x plus 8 from the original question. So that is 2 lots of 2 plus 8. Which is 4 plus 8, which is 12. If 3y equals 12, then y equals 4. Again, sub them back into the other equation to check. So that's 4x plus 3y is 4 lots of 2 plus 3 lots of 4, which gives us 8 plus 12, which is 20, which is what we were aiming for here. Number 3. 3y minus 2x equals 19, and 5y minus 2x equals 25. Same sign, it's a minus this time, but it's still the same sign on both of the matching values. So we need to subtract. And if we do 3 minus 5 and 19 minus 25, we're going to get negatives for both of them. So I'm going to do the bottom one, take away the top one, so we don't need to worry about those minuses. So we're subtracting this time. 5y minus 3y gives us 2y. Negative 2x minus negative 2x is the same as negative 2x plus 2x. So that's going to give us 0. And 25 minus 19 gives us 6. So if 2y equals 6, then y equals 3. Sub in to work out what x is. So 3y minus 2x equals 19. And of course, 3 3s are 9. Let's subtract 9 both sides. So we get negative 2x is 19 minus 9, which is 10. So x must be 10 divided by negative 2, which is negative 5. Finally, sub into the other equation to check. So 5y is 5 times 3, minus 2 times x is negative 5, gives us 15, minus 2 times negative 5 is minus negative 10, so that's 15 plus 10, which is 25. And finally, number 4, 2x plus 3y equals -3, and 4x minus 3y equals 12. Opposite signs, it's the three y's that match. They've got opposite signs, so we need to add. So we've got 2x plus 4x gives us 6x. 3y plus -3y gives us 0. And -3 plus 12 is the same as 12 take away 3, which is 9. If 6x equals 9, then x is 9 divided by 6, which cancels down to 3 divided by 2, or 1.5. So either of those is fine. Then we sub into either equation to get the other solution. 2x plus 3y is -3. Let's use that one. So 2 lots of 1.5 plus 3y equals -3. 2 lots of 1.5 is 3. So let's take away 3 on both sides. So 3y is -3. Take away the 3, which of course is -6, which gives us y equals -2. Sub back into the other equation to check. So 4x is 4 lots of 1.5 minus 3y is 3 lots of -2. That gives us 4 times 1.5 is 6, and 3 times -2 is -6, so it's 6 minus -6, which is the same as 6 plus 6, which gives us 12, which is what we were aiming for. So we're done.